Hi Libra, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-May 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side we have a Romantic Tarot. And keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Innocence. So this is the equivalent of the Fool card in traditional tarot. And to me, this says that you really might have taken a chance toward this person in the past. You know, you might have taken a leap of faith where you might not have been sure if their feelings were reciprocated or not, but it looks like you might have just taken your opportunity with this person anyway. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Five of Cups. So I could actually see this playing out two different ways given the artwork here, right? For some of you, it could just be saying that with the Fool energy, you might have wanted to give with this person, but not realize that they were in a connection with another person. And for others of you, could just be saying so in more of an innocent way, right? Like the way we see innocence on the card. But for others of you, could just be saying that might have been purposely withheld from you. So for some of you, could have just been that you just truly didn't know, and it wasn't that they were hiding anything from you. It's just that they didn't realize you had feelings. So until you expressed it to them, they had no need to tell you that they were in a connection with someone else. But for others of you, could just be saying that it might have actually deliberately withheld the fact that they were in another connection. But either way, it looks like they were otherwise involved when you initially expressed interest in them in the past. Alright, present energy on your side. We have a few cards. We have the King of Arrows, the Nine of Arrows, and the Nine of Cups. So looking at the artwork here, especially for those of you, right, if they blatantly withheld from you that they were otherwise involved, then yeah, I could see why you would turn your back, right? So even though the feelings might still be there, you might just be so bothered by the fact that they were deceptive that you're not trying to speak to them, right? But I do have to say, for others of you, like I said, it wasn't that they withheld it from you, you just weren't aware when you initially told them. So if that's the case, could just be saying that for those of you who are in that boat, could just be saying that maybe more out of ego you might be withholding communicating with this person and expressing your feelings. But with the Nine of Arrows energy here, if we look at the artwork there, it looks like there's an angelic figure extending an arrow. I don't know why I won't focus right now. There we go. So to me, the arrows representing communication. Then we see all of the other arrows pointing in the direction of the cards on the side too. So it could just be saying that you might actually be getting signs and synchronicities, whether if in your dreams or you hear something on TV or a song that leads you to think you should reach out to this person, but there could be resistance around that. And you might just decide that, you know what, I'd rather just build my own future elsewhere. But at the very least, you're feeling some kind of a pull to reach out to this person. All right, and present energy on their side, we have the Ten of Swords. So, to me, this energy, if you look at it, it looks like a soldier that might have been away at battle, right? And they're coming back, and maybe they were gone for a long time. So for some of you, this could represent them now wanting to come back around and at the very least extend an apology, right? If they know that, okay, yeah, maybe the situation wasn't handled well in the past. This could just be saying that, okay, they're acknowledging that, yeah, things are not on good terms between the two of you, but at least attempting to apologize in some way. All right, future energy on your side. We have a few cards again. So we have the Prince of Cups. That's Pisces energy, and it's the equivalent of the Knight of Cups. We have the Nine of Coins, Virgo energy, and Three of Cups, Cancer energy. So let's just look at this from a couple different angles again, right? So for those of you where they deliberately withheld from you that they were in another connection, right? But you still find yourself with these feelings, right? This Nine of Pentacles with the Three of Cups could be one of those things where your friends encourage you, right? Like, okay, no, don't even try to get back with that person from the past, right? They withheld from you, they were in another connection. And you could just decide to go that route and just spend more time with them and enjoy yourself in that way, right? Um, but for hers view, again, like I said, if it's just more of an ego thing where they weren't really withholding that from you, but it's just that, you getting shot down in that way just was a blow to your ego, could just be saying that even though you had the feelings there, you could just really be almost overemphasizing the fact that you're enjoying your single life, right? So just one of those things where it's kind of a show in that way. So could go either way there, but yeah, that's what I see with that combination. And future energy on their side. We have a few cards here too. We have the High Priestess, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So to me, this is saying that they've definitely been going through a bit of a growth process through the situation, right? So I feel like they've been withdrawn a little bit and really trying to think through what all of the situation was meant to teach them. And now I feel like this is saying that they'll actually come to the realization as well that they actually would like to move the connection forward with you. And with the Knight of Swords energy, I feel like this is saying, especially that this is a Gemini energy, could just be saying that as we move through Gemini season, they're actually going to come forward and communicate to you that they would like to get things off the ground. So, and to be clear, I do feel like this is saying that if that's the case, they would have gotten out of that previous connection. So it's not still going to be a third party dynamic. But yeah, that's what I see with that. All right. And bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Princess of Coins. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles. And it could just be pointing to that loss of faith that you might have had, right? Where, like I said, initially with the Innocence energy, it looked like you were really looking forward to the situation going well, right? And thinking that it was a no-fail situation. But then it looks like over time you start to lose faith that, okay, I don't really think there could be anything serious to materialize between me and this person. So that's what I'm kind of seeing with that. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have Judgment. So yeah, another indicator that, like I said, it looks like they definitely would like to come back around and try to get things off the ground with this connection now. This is an energy that I see sometimes during Mercury retrograde, and we are pretty much just wrapping up Mercury retrograde at the time I'm recording this, so could just be pointing to that too. That could be what's bringing all this around from the past. But let's see what we get from the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I'm going to be looking for unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you as well. So let's see what comes up. Got one there. And next, we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and got one there. So first, let's see what we got on your side. Okay, we have Intensity. It says, the feelings I have for you overwhelm me, so I run away to process them. So interesting, right? Because with the Fool, it does look like an intense energy there, right? And then, but like I said, to be fair, it looks like he did come forward to them initially to express how you were feeling. But then I was saying, like I said, for some of you, yeah, they could have been deliberately holding back from you that they were in another connection and taking advantage of the situation. Like I said, others of you, I feel like they just weren't aware you had those feelings. But it looks like after you do express those feelings, right, we could see what that's talking about there. The intensity overwhelms you. So that could be why we see the feelings there, right? Because to me, those flowers in the hand represent that emotion, the feeling still being there. That Nine of Swords being that intensity, right? Holding back and then deciding, yeah, you know what, I'm not even going to let this person know how I feel. And we see similar cards in a way in the future as well. So I can definitely see how that fits. Let's see what we have on their side. All right, so we have within a few months. So yeah, so interesting there because I was saying in the future it looks like they're going to be processing the situation, coming to the realization that they would like to be with you. So it says within a few months, so that could be tomorrow or September, October, right? So it's just one of those things. But Still think for a lot of you, at the very least, you can hear from this person during Gemini season. But as far as the within a few months in that context, could just be saying that maybe it's going to take that long for things to really get back off the ground between the two of you. All right, so let's see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Here I'm just looking for a single card with a relationship message to wrap the reading up with. There we go. So let's see what you got. Okay, we have Regeneration. There's the artwork, and the number is 46. So yeah, this does look like this is going to be a situation that you guys have another opportunity. Regeneration definitely makes me think of that Judgment energy as well. But let's see what it says. Okay, the relationship message says the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So yeah, like I said, definitely looks like there was some crossed wires for sure, at the very least in the past. In the present, it looks like there's feelings being held back. It looks like this person does want to make apologies and try to get things back on track. And like I said, in the future, looks like there's still some back and forth there, but it looks like there's definitely room for improvement, and it looks like it will move in a positive direction if you're open to that. All right, so whatever is any of you guys, we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you next month. All right, bye.